Hi, my name is Dr. Lisa Brady. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and I'm also the founder of Sweetums. I never knew that I would end up being the owner of a beauty brand or intimacy brand. That's really not what I went to school for. I worked as a psychologist for many years and kind of was in a grind at a place called Kaiser Permanente where I worked and saw clients. Super frustrated with the system because we couldn't get clients in to see them back. You know, someone would come in and really needed mental health services and they would just book our schedule up. And so we couldn't see them the next week. Sometimes we couldn't see them for a month. So it was really like a very frustrating situation. I eventually left there and went to work at an intensive substance abuse treatment facility. And after that, left there and opened up an outpatient mental health treatment facility. So basically, this is kind of like an outpatient clinic where children, couples, individuals would go for like weekly therapy. And I built up a team underneath me of different therapists, interns. I provided training and really focused at this clinic on the treatment of trauma, because that's always been something that I've been really interested in and was a specialty of mine, was in treating trauma, especially like intense trauma via a process called EMDR. That was really probably my favorite way to treat trauma, but not, it's a long story, but sometimes EMDR is super helpful for treatment trauma and sometimes it's not. Anyways, I started off with that outpatient facility. It's called ADR Wellness. And then after that, I teamed up with a business partner and she and I opened up a large mental health treatment facility that was intensive treatment. So we started off with a treatment facility that was for women only. It was a women's only trauma facility. So where clients would live there, and then they would kind of graduate on, depending on kind of what their needs were. Then they would maybe be there full day, Monday through Friday, and then as they graduated on, they would be there for what we call intensive outpatient, so a couple hours a day. But this treatment facility was really focused on the treatment of extreme PTSD and trauma and other mental health issues. So, for example, a lot of people that would come there, it would be a step down from a psychiatric hospitalization, or they had experienced some really horrendous abuse and trauma in their lives. And so our mission at this facility was really to help women heal. And that facility grew, and over time we opened up a couple locations, and then we opened up one that was for men. So we then started a men's only facility that was for treatment of trauma and mental health. And at this facility we worked with a lot of first responders, a lot of military folks. We're based out of San Diego, so both our women's and our men's facilities were, we did a lot of work with military. And eventually what happened is that I sold those companies. And during that time, actually before they sold, is when I had come up with the idea for Sweetums. So it was during the time of COVID, and we were using wipes for everything back then. So like everyone was using wipes for everything. Like you would go to the store, you could not find any more Clorox wipes. People were, social distancing. We were all more disconnected than ever. And it was during that time that I came up with the idea for a flavored wipe, a flavored intimate wipe. And I guess it just was kind of one of those things where I realized, why haven't we done this? Like, this would be really fun. This would be great. It would be a really interesting way for people to be able to connect. And the fact that it hadn't been done before was like very interesting to me. So it was during that time that I kind of followed that passion. And I think also, to kind of add to that, having worked with couples and individuals throughout as a mental health professional, and specifically having worked with people who had experienced trauma, I witnessed firsthand how difficult it can be for us to connect with partners. I also know, as a mom of 3 and a wife, that staying connected to your partner is not easy. And especially after many years, we need fun ways to be able to bring some play into the bedroom, to be able to connect and also to connect with ourselves. Like, we use aromatherapy as a way to connect with ourselves and to ground ourselves, to have a mindful moment. And, the wipes were along those lines as a way to use scent and smell to help you connect in the moment and have that mindful moment, but also as a way to connect with others, because we use scent and flavor as a way to connect with others as well. We create memories, we have emotional reactions based on what we're smelling. I'm sure many people can relate to that thought of like smelling your partner and realizing, oh my gosh, they smell so good, and you're really kind of attracted to that smell, or that smell can bring you back to a certain moment in life. So that's really was the intention behind bringing the wipes to market. And then after we brought the wipes to market, the company began to grow, and it was after that time that the mental health treatment facility sold. I stayed on for a couple years, and then took a leap of faith and put all my time and my heart into growing and building Sweetums and bringing more products to life that enrich people's lives in easy ways. Like, this is the thing for me, like, I cannot say this enough. The products we make must be easy and convenient, because I personally, I'm always on the go. I have tons of things to do. I wish I had time to do my makeup every day. I do not. I sometimes just don't even brush my hair, as you can probably see right now. I am very busy, right? And so, but that doesn't mean I don't want to feel good or smell good or look good. It just means I don't have a lot of time to do a full routine. And so everything we make is intended to be really easy and convenient. So for example, like the wipes, here I have some, are really easy, really convenient. You can take them on the go with you. Our fragrances are solid stick fragrances. They're not gonna spill in your purse. They have scent, they have flavor. And like I have multiple of these fragrances throughout my purse. I have a backpack that I still use. I use my backpack for like my work stuff a lot of times. I have these all over the place, and I will be at the grocery store or at a stoplight or watching my sons practice, and I will take one out just for a moment and put it on, smell, and like there's something about it, just smells so good. And then like the added bonus is like it tastes good too. So like if you do have a moment of connection with somebody, you don't just smell good, you also taste good too. Because I don't know about you, but I have tasted cologne before and it does not taste good. So I don't know why we have to compromise flavor and scent. Like, we can have both. And that's what the intention behind the fragrances are. And then like the lip balms also, it's all about convenience. It makes it easy. These ones have a little mirror inside. It has a little applicator. And then underneath is the flavored lip balm. And so this is my thought behind this too, is that so sometimes I'll use my finger to apply lip balm, but other times I want to put it on, but I don't want to use my fingers. Like for example, I was traveling in New York and I was in Ubers and subways and like, I wanted to put my lip balm on, but I don't want to use my fingers in that moment, right? Or another example is like, I ride horses. So one of my like self-care, one of my passions is riding horses, equestrian, jumping and whatnot. And sometimes when you're with the horses, your hands get kind of dirty, where that's how horse girls are. We don't mind a little dirt. And so, but there's a lot of times when I'm gonna put on a lip balm, but I'm not gonna like be necessarily grooming my horse and then go to put the lip balm on my lips, right? And so these ones come with an applicator, and I cannot tell you how often I need that little mirror, right? Where I'm like, oh, do I have something in my teeth? Like, ooh, I'm gonna put something on really quick. So now you have this little mirror that you can use. And so it's all kind of conveniently packaged together. And so that's what the lip balms are about. And we also brought to life flavored wipes for men, which are very similar to the flavored wipes for women. We also have daily wipes, which are scented and unflavored. These wipes, to me, the intention behind these scented wipes, they're similar to other feminine wipes that are out on the market. But what's different to me is that the scent is more appealing to me. Like, I don't want to use a baby wipe or, you know, maybe lavender's okay sometimes, but a lot of the wipes on the market are either like medicinal, kind of like grandma vibes. Do you know what I mean? And it's just totally fine. You can be a grandma, but sometimes you don't want to smell like one. So these ones, we have rose, we have mango, we have peach, and they're scented, unflavored, just daily wipes to keep for freshening up on the go. I cannot say enough how it's crazy, life's twists and turns. Like I said, I never would have thought that I would be building and growing a company, let alone even be a business owner back in the day. I just knew that, you know, I've always been very hardworking. I have always had a lot of empathy for other people. And I've been fascinated by science and cognitive science. And throughout following those interests is what got me to getting my doctorate and practicing psychology, and then eventually starting Sweetums and leading to where we are now. So thank you for listening. And honestly, I really hope that you love the products as much as I do. I truly listen to customer feedback. It is so important. I read reviews, I read emails. So if you have any feedback, please comment, please reach out to us and let us know. And also, one last thing, if you have a request for a particular scent or flavor that you want for the fragrance or the lip balms or the wipes, let us know, because that is how we often choose some of our flavors. So we do listen to customer requests. Thanks.